Hi, Pop. So, in honor of this being kind of my last week of my first year, I thought I would show you all the books I've blasted through in the past, 10 months? So, I'm going to show you my bookcase right now and kind of go through some of the books that I've been reading this year. I'm not done with all of them, and I haven't seen all of it, but there's all of my med school stuff. So, you can see I've got 3 shelves, and we'll go through a few of them here. So this is my shelf of all of the stuff that I am still kind of working through. This is a picture of a chocolate heart, or not a picture, it's a chocolate heart. Someone got me an anatomically correct chocolate heart. So I have microbiology, I have a review book. So this is what I'm going to be using to study for our national certification exam. And that won't actually be for another couple of years, or not couple of years, another year, but I use it just to kind of like review everything at the end of every unit. And then I have, this is one of my pediatrics books. This is the book that we use to learn how to do physical exam. And so it goes through like every body system and what you're looking for when you're looking at like the eyes and the nose and the ears and stuff. So that's just how to do physical exam stuff. This is called Current Medical Diagnosis and Treatment. And this is the one that we use to get the most up-to-date information about every kind of disease process. I mean, as you can see, it's a really, really thick book, and it's like really small font. So I'll move it over to my bed here, but see, I've clearly been hard at work here, and as you can tell from my highlighting, like everything is important. So this right here is like, we're reading about folic acid deficiency. So basically like, you know, things that general characteristics of the condition, and then symptoms and signs that people show up with, what you do for labs, what else it could be, and how you treat it, and when to refer. So that's what this whole book is about. There's tons of stuff, and I mean, I really haven't read a ton of this book just because, as you can tell, there are more. So this is another couple of review books that I have. This is called Cecil's Medicine, and this one basically describes kind of the same thing that last one I was just talking about does, but it goes through the pathophysiology of everything, so it's a little bit more in detail about the disease process. This book back here, Mosby's, is all about labs. So it teaches you how to collect different types of labs, so like blood work, primarily just blood work and like urine analysis and any kind of like body fluids, so like spinal taps and stuff like that. It tells you what the normal results should be and what different values kind of indicate. This is a review book for pharmacology. So it goes over like basic things in pharmacology. It's just kind of like, I usually start reading this before I study the specific pharmacology portion that we're in, just so that I have like a little bit of background information before we delve into all of the complex stuff. This is same thing, clinical pathophysiology, really, really basic overview of disease processes, and it takes me like 10 minutes to read the chapters, and then I start going into the more details, which are in like the CSOLs and the CMDT. This is Surgical Recall back there, and this is what I was using when we were doing our surgery course. It's what I'll use next year when I'm in surgery, and it's just got like, you know, basic quick facts about surgery. It's a pretty helpful book. Things that you get what they call pimped on, so when the doctors just start rapid fire asking you questions, it's got a lot of the answers that it's just like random things the doctors ask you, like, where did the drug protamine come from? And the answer is salmon eggs. Stuff that you wouldn't necessarily know otherwise. This one right here, this orange book, is the rapid interpretation of EKGs. So pretty comprehensive book about how to read EKGs. It's much more complicated than you would expect. I have a couple review books on kidney stuff. This is my medical Spanish, which I don't know any of. Here's a couple pharmacology, just like basic diagnosing things. Just for like up-to-date information on pharmacology. Anatomy review book. This was a medical terminology book that I had to memorize, and we had a test in the first week. And then down here, we have all of my binders and folders of every unit that we've gone through this semester. So you'll see I've labeled them all with like whatever. So I just pulled out rheumatology. So this is my folder of all of the work that I did for rheumatology. This was gynecology. I think this is my obstetrics and pediatrics combined binder. So that's all of my clinical medicine stuff that we've been doing. You see back here, there's my Netter's Anatomy flashcards, which kind of saved my life during anatomy. And then down here, we have all of the stuff from my first semester, from my basic medical science stuff. So these are all actually AAPA, the American Academy of Physician Assistants. They send us all these journals, so it's just current information about stuff. So when I have more time, I'll be reading through all of my archived magazines. And then I have some stuff about suturing, got a psychology book. We've got some, this is all anatomy and physiology stuff primarily, so my books. And then this thing right here is to practice knot tying. So you can see I've got a knot right there. It's very complicated to tie knots surgically, and you have to know a proper technique. So I have that to practice. So, and then I have my, I've got my iPad there, some stuff, my computer, and then this is my pediatrics book, which we have our test on Thursday. So you can see my pediatric one. It's just on my bed because I'm in the middle of reading all of it. So anyways, just thought I would give you a little tour of all of the books that I've been going through. I'm going to be using them for the next year still, and a lot of books I actually have on my computer and on my iPad so that I can read through them, and so that it's like I don't have to carry around 50-pound books everywhere. But as you can see, we've been hard at work. So stay tuned. I'll give you some more insight into my life here in PA school. Love you.